Did you know that less than 1/3 of secondary age children go to school in Uganda? This is an urgent problem because secondary education gives young people many opportunities in their career and lives. Getting a quality secondary education should be possible for all children in Uganda. And I'm going to tell you about the organization that is working towards that goal. PEACE has worked alongside the government to provide equitable access to quality secondary schooling by building and running schools for over 10 years. PEACE aims not only to create schools that can deliver quality secondary education, but also to support them to become financially sustainable so they are not dependent on aid over the long term. PEACE schools are well regarded in Uganda, but it was important to study the PEACE model to test whether PEACE is delivering on its mission. In order to investigate the overall impact, the model was independently evaluated by the Economic Policy Research Center at Makerere University and compared to several government and private schools in Uganda over the course of 3 years. The evaluation found that PEACE is providing high-quality education in the most cost-effective manner and reaching more poor, disadvantaged students than any other school type. But let's break it down. The evaluation found that the PEACE program provides secondary schooling to disadvantaged students that would otherwise not be able to enroll. Most PEACE students are from rural areas and often have scored below the threshold on entrance examination required to join other secondary schools. They often come from poorer and relatively larger households than students in government and private schools. PEACE also has the highest proportion of female students of any other school type, a major achievement in rural Uganda. Even though PEACE students have worse prior learning achievement, they perform just as well as students in other private or government schools when assessed using national math and English examinations. However, girls' performance still lags behind boys' performance in all school types. PEACE must continue to work to address the gender gap in terms of test scores. PEACE schools are overall the most affordable school type to attend in lower secondary in terms of total costs. Students in PEACE schools pay only 60% of what their counterparts in other private schools pay and 2.5% less than in government schools. Evaluators found that school spending is more efficient in PEACE schools. On average, PEACE schools pay nearly 400,000 shillings or around $100 per student per year, less than government schools. However, the evaluation found that despite lower costs at PEACE schools, the need to pay is a problem for many students' families. PEACE schools have the highest challenge with student absenteeism, mainly because of an inability to pay school fees. This challenge is something PEACE will continue to problem solve to ensure low-income students can attend. We have just seen how PEACE is reaching more disadvantaged students with a quality education in a cost-effective way. Now, let's examine how this is achieved. The evaluators found that there are 4 key elements that underpin the PEACE advantage. First, PEACE schools had more evidence of good school leadership and a clear vision for the school. This pays off because having a clear school vision was found to be associated with about 6 to 10% higher student test scores. Next, PEACE schools are better managed than other government or private schools. Good management meant schools had a careful oversight, planning, and a clear target for improving learning. Just one additional inspection visit by PEACE was associated with 6 to 8% higher student test scores. Teacher motivation and support is also a key element in the model's success. PEACE teachers reported they received better in-service training, support and management, and feel better prepared to teach the curriculum. This contributes to their motivation and high regard for the schools they work in. Finally, child protection is integral to the PEACE model. PEACE teachers are much more likely to know the school's child protection policy and to have received training about it than teachers at other schools. However, when child protection incidents happen, PEACE schools were found to be significantly more likely to report and address them. In summary, the evaluation found that PEACE schools are doing a good job of achieving their mission, and the model has a lot of aspects that other schools in Uganda can learn from. However, there are still areas where PEACE can improve in order to help more disadvantaged children receive a quality education. Well, now you know a lot about what PEACE is doing to improve secondary education in Uganda. Check out our website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to read stories from our schools, learn more about our approach, and keep up to date on our work. Thank you for watching.